Welcome back to Health Reversion. I'm Adrian, and in this episode, we're going to be having a closer look at vitamin B5. We're going to be looking at the role that it takes within the body, any signs of deficiency, any signs or symptoms of toxicity, the highest whole food sources, so not supplements, but whole foods, and finally there'll be some references and also some cooking tips at the end. Vitamin B5, also known as Pantothenic Acid, is important, like the other B vitamins, for the release and extraction of energy from the macronutrients that you consume: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Specifically, B5 is used to create crucial enzymes, coenzyme A and acyl carrier protein. Coenzyme A is required for the synthesis of essential fats, cholesterol, steroid hormones, melatonin, and the synthesis of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the chief neurotransmitter for the parasympathetic nervous system. So without adequate levels of acetylcholine, the parasympathetic nervous system may not be able to be switched on as effectively to counter the sympathetic nervous system. So that is the fight or flight. So parasympathetic is when you're relaxed and the nervous system says, okay, we can relax now, while the sympathetic nervous system is to do with either fighting what's in front of you or getting away very quickly, or freezing in some instances. Acyl carrier protein, on the other hand, is really important to help B5 function to extract the energy from those fatty acids and from the fats in your diet. The recommended dietary allowance, or recommended daily intake or daily value for a standard garden variety life where not too much stress is experienced, we're looking at about 5 milligrams per day. However, if you are experiencing significant emotional stress, significant physical stress, perhaps you've had surgery recently, perhaps you've got a really big workload on in your career, perhaps you're going through a breakup, etc., then the upper level of 7 milligrams is appropriate here, and this would include a breastfeeding woman as well. The following whole food sources are going to provide the highest levels of B5, and they are shiitake mushrooms. 1 cup cooked, or 145 grams, will provide 5.2 milligrams, so just a tad over the daily value there. Next up is salmon. 6 ounces, or 170 grams of cooked salmon, contains 3.3 milligrams, or 65%. Next up is avocado. 1 medium-sized avocado contains 2.8 milligrams, or 56%. You got chicken breast. 6 ounces, or 170 grams of cooked chicken breast contains 2.7 milligrams, or 54% of your daily value. Beef comes in slightly less than chicken, so 6 ounce, 170 gram piece of steak or minced beef contains 2.3 milligrams, or 45%. Sunflower seeds, 1 ounce, so like a handful or approximately 28 grams, contains 2 milligrams, or 40%. Next up, you've got milk. 16 ounces, or 470 milliliters, contains 1.8 milligrams, or 36%. And the last few here, we're looking at pork. 6 ounces, 170 grams, will yield you 1.7 milligrams, or 34%. Sweet potato, 1 cup of cooked sweet potato will yield 1.3 milligrams, which is a quarter of your daily value. And finally, lentils is the same as sweet potato. 1 cup cooked yields 1.3 milligrams and a quarter, or 25%. In relation to toxicity, if you're using high dose supplements, so if you're taking the supplement form of B5, you may experience stomach upset, diarrhea if you're having too much, so if the body's reaching levels that it considers excessive. However, this is only likely through supplementation and highly unlikely through natural food sources. Without B5, so without adequate levels of B5 in your body, an individual may experience irritability, fatigue, apathy, numbness, and muscle cramps. Not to mention the inability to really extract the energy from the foods that you eat. So some people sometimes scratch their heads and they're like, I eat so much, like I eat so many good foods, so many healthy foods, but yet I don't have those energy levels that I really want. I'm not getting what I want out of the food. And a lot of the time, if we don't have those adequate levels of B vitamins, we can't utilize the food. And a final friendly reminder here that B5 is a water-soluble vitamin. So if you are cooking with it, try and retain the juices, try and retain the water that you're cooking the particular foods in, and see if you can make like a soup, or drink the water if you can, or when you've got the meats, obviously pour those meat juices onto your vegetables or rice or potatoes or whatever you're having with the meal. That'll do us for today. If you've got any contributions that you can make around B5 or any of the other B vitamins, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. As always, please keep well in the meantime, and I'll see you in the next episode.